So in the field of biology, varied kinds of experiments are done, and as a result of that, substantial amount of data is procured. Now that data needs analysis. Sometimes we perform correlation and regression. These two statistical analysis becomes important tool to derive certain things. So regression analysis is one of the statistical methods by which we are able to predict the value of one variable with respect to the given value of other variable. So it helps actually to estimate the relationship between two variables, and it is widely used for predicting and forecasting about certain events. So it is used when one predicts the value of a dependent variable with respect to an independent variable. See, for example, when we measure the blood pressure, we find two aspects, one diastole and the other systole. So if we record the blood pressure of an individual during different periods of day or certain time periods, then we are able to have the values of diastole and systole. And if we find that there is very high relationship between these two events, these two physiological happenings, then we are able to predict that if the value of diastole is this much, then what would be the value of systole, or vice versa. So this kind of prediction can be made. Now, in case of regression analysis, we generally obtain two equations. One equation could be x on y, that is depicted as x is equal to a plus by, and the other equation is y on x, which is represented as y is equal to a plus bx. So here, if we consider the first one, that is x is equal to a plus by, then here a and b are the two constant values, where this a is actually y-intercept and the b is a regression constant. So this is regression coefficient or regression constant, which is also considered as slope constant. So if we have this equation x is equal to a plus by, then in that equation, by putting the value of y variable, we shall be able to get the value of x. Similarly, in case of other equation like y is equal to a plus bx, the a and b values if known, then by putting the value of x variable, any specific value of x, we can know the value of probable value of y, and that value of y will be definitely to a large extent very probable one, depending upon the level of correlation. If correlation is very high or totally means 1, if it is perfect 1, that is 1, in that case we can say with complete certainty that if value of x is this much, then the value of y will definitely be this much. So these two equations we actually derive. So how do we derive such a equation like x is equal to a plus by? That we can now understand. Suppose we have to get this equation x is equal to a plus by. So how we shall be doing it manually? For that, see, we need two additional equations. One is sum of x is equal to na plus p sum of y. And then the other equation is sum of xy, that is equal to a into sum of y plus b into sum of y square. See here, this n stands for number of cases considered. A and b we have to obtain, and sum of x means all those x variables which are given will be added up. Likewise, sum of y means this we have to get. So we will understand all these things by considering a particular case, and exactly the same way we can also find out the equation y is equal to a plus bx. And for getting this equation y is equal to a plus bx, we need two additional equations, that is sum of y is equal to na plus b sum of x, and sum of xy is equal to a into sum of x plus b into sum of x square. So this entire thing will become little bit more clear if we consider a particular example. And here we are going through this case. Suppose we measure the size of coxa and femur. See, coxa and femur, these are two segments in the limb portion of an insect. So suppose we measure the size of coxa and femur in millimeter, means this measurement is given in millimeter, and there are x variables, x cases, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose 7 insects have been randomly selected from the population and their coxa is measured. That comes 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter, like that. And if you consider the first insect whose coxa size is 3 millimeter, then in that case its femur size comes 7 millimeter. So you have taken the measurement of femur also of such insects, and those values are shown here. So this is shown in the form of y variable. So x and y are two variables, and these are the observations. As I just told, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 observations are there. So see, we now wish to get regression equations like x is equal to a plus by. In that case, by putting the value of y, that is, if we consider that the size of femur is suppose 7.5 millimeter, then what would be the probable size of coxa? So that equation will help in that way. And what we do, we actually find out the sum of x values. So here sum of x, that has come 38, means all these individual values have been added and the total comes 38. Likewise, the values of y variables have been added with each other and it has come 63. So sum of all these observations of y, it is 63. Then x square, means individual values of x are being squared, like 3 into 3, that has come 9, 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25. So all these individual x values have been squared and then their total is obtained, that has come 224. Now in the fourth column we can find out y square, that is these values of y, they are being squared. So 7 7s are 49, 7 7s are 49, 8 8s are 64, 9 9s are 81. So this way the y square values have been obtained and their total is taken, that has come 585. And finally in the fifth column we find out xy, where the x and y values have been multiplied. So you get 21 by multiplying 7 and 3, by multiplying 7 and 4, it has come 28. So all these cases are taken and the sum comes 359, means when these individual values of xy, they are added with each other, then the total comes 359. Now we can put these values in the equation. So see how the things will be done next. Then x is equal to a plus by. This equation we have to actually derive, and as I just told that for that we need two additional equations, like sum of x is equal to na plus b sum of y, and sum of xy is equal to a into sum of y plus b into sum of y square. So we are simply putting value here. Sum of x, that has come 38, is equal to total number of observations are 7, so n is equal to 7, a plus sum of y, it has come 63, so 63b, and then sum of xy, it has come 359. So 359 is equal to a sum of y is actually 63, so 63a plus b into sum of y square, and y square is 585 into b. So when you will solve these two equations, then you will find b will be equal to 0.94. And once you have value of b, that is 0.94, then you can put this value of b in any one of the above equation. Like here it is 38 is equal to 7a plus 63 into 0.94, because this is the value of b. So by putting this value, you can get the value of a. So when you will solve this a will come, and it is coming minus 3.07. So now your equations become x is equal to minus 3.07 plus 0.94y. And in this case, this has become the equation x is equal to 0.94y minus 3.07. So here by putting the value of y, if you put any value of y over here, then that value will be used to multiply with 0.94, and then from that this minus 3.07 will be subtracted, and that will be the value of x. Then with the help of such values, you can actually obtain the best fit line. This is actually a regression line. This line is x and y. So this line is actually obtained based on this equation, that is x is equal to minus 3.07 plus 0.94. So by using this equation, you can have this best fit line, and these are the observations which are falling close to this line. If the correlation will be 1, then all these values will be exactly falling on this line itself. The other equation which we need to derive is y is equal to a plus bx. And for this I told that two additional equations will be used, that is sum of y is equal to na plus b sum of x. And the other one is sum of xy is equal to a into sum of x plus b into sum of x square. So here we are just putting the values, that is sum of y is equal to 63, and that is equal to 7a plus sum of x is 38, so 38b, and sum of xy is 359, that is equal to 38a plus 224 is actually sum of x square, so 224 into b. And when you will solve this, then the value of b will be coming 0.96. And by putting the value of 0.96 in this equation, that is 63 is equal to 7a plus 38 into 0.96, then you will be able to get the value of a, and that will come 3.79. So y is equal to 0.96x plus 3.79. And here in this case, if you will put any value of x, then you will be able to get the value of y. So this is beauty of these two equations, that is by putting a particular value of one variable, you will be able to get the value of other variable. So here, based on this equation, y is equal to 3.79 plus 0.96x, this equation, that is regression line y on x, has been obtained. So this line is actually regression line for y on x, and you can have both lines in the same graph, that is regression line x on y as well as regression line y on x. And see, there is a point where these two lines intercept each other. So if you come to the x-axis, means just below to the x-axis, then this particular value will be the mean value of all x values. Means if all x values are added and their mean is taken, then the mean value will be exactly falling over here. Likewise, for getting the mean value of all those observations which are the observations of y variable, then that can be obtained by considering this y line, y axis. So if you match this point with the point where it is intercepting, these two lines are intersecting, then that will be the mean value for all observations of y. And another important thing is that if you are able to get a regression coefficient for both cases, that is x on y and y on x, then you can find out the correlation also, that is r. So regression coefficient values can be used to get correlation coefficient, that is r, and that is equal to square root b x on y into b y on x. We have just obtained the b value for x on y, that has come 0.94, and the regression coefficient for y on x, that is 0.96. So to obtain r value, you can have a square root of 0.94 into 0.96, and this value comes 0.95. It means there is 0.95 correlation between the size of coxa and femur. Means these two aspects, these two parameters are well correlated to each other. There is very positive and very strong high level of correlation between these two means segments of the leg. You can say that if there is increase in the size of coxa, there is accordingly increase in the size of femur.